Hey guys, what is up? This is V for Variety, a podcast created to make your days bright and your nights even brighter. So, well, by the title, you know what you're here for, and you're probably here for Audrey. So we all know Audrey as the super responsible model student, and she definitely is. You know, what we don't know is who she is outside that super responsible shell of hers. Questions like how many shots of tequila will Audrey be able to handle, or topics such as how hard it is to keep up with everyone's expectation of her to be this kind of model, person. So, with that, let's welcome someone I definitely look up to in terms of academics, leaderships, and the arts. One of the best leaders I know and one of the best students. And she's also a damn good singer with a business of hers. So, if there's a Renaissance man, then there's a Renaissance woman. So, with that, please, let's welcome the baddest bitch in town, Miss Audrey Garin. Hi, Audrey. How are you doing?
Hello. Thank you so much for that. Wow, grabe introduction. Parang it's the highest time of my life. Thank you so much for having me in this podcast. I do appreciate it. Hello everyone. Hello to all the viewers. Thank you for supporting these. Yeah.
Thank you. So, okay, Audrey. So, let's start with, some basics. How are you? How have you been doing and what have you been up to these days?
Compared siguro from the previous years, actually nakapag-rest na ako ngayon kasi lesser responsibilities,
Mhm.
lesser orgs. But then, the grind still keeps on going. May mga responsibilities pa rin ako on different orgs. I still make it a fact that I get to help other people in the smallest
Mhm.
possible way. Well, pero syempre, I make sure also to prioritize myself na like if I know na hindi ko na kaya, okay, pause. I'll open Netflix and then I'll watch my favorite TV series.
Okay. So from what you said, I actually want to ask. I don't know if this is a sensitive topic, so you could just tell me if it's a sensitive topic, and I'm like, pass. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. So, why didn't you run, or why didn't you opt for more responsibilities? Because I for one, I was surprised because you weren't running, and I'm pretty sure if you
You
ran,
expected,
this
really?
what go
You
go go.
expected me to run?
I
Wow.
kind of expected you to run because if you ran, it'd be like a landslide. Everyone will vote for you. That's my opinion.
Aw, I
So
appreciate
why
that.
didn't you run?
Um, well, to be honest, there were plans. Of course, as with this kind of setup that we have, tapos pandemic, of course, there's this eagerness in me pa rin to continue helping, especially those who really need help. Like
Mm-hmm.
those who cannot really afford going to school because of financial problems, ganyan, ganyan. Parang, given my experience in the batch gov, parang I know I could contribute more. So there are really plans. A lot of people really asked me to run. Actually, I was almost there. But then, some realizations, parang sabi ko sa sarili ko na, how could I serve others if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
100% ready? So, yun,
Mm-hmm.
parang just some realizations and reflections na, okay, if I push through, baka later on, I just give up and then kawawa yung people, kawawa yung mga constituents that expect a lot from me. So yeah, but then baka hindi talaga siya meant to be and meant siya for others and it's a time for them to grow as well. I already have my time, so give the chance to others naman.
Did
Ganon.
someone
How
fight
about
you? No.
you?
Did anyone fight you? Did anyone fight you, Audrey?
Wala naman.
Okay, so I kind of get like how sometimes, well, you still have that passion for serving, but sometimes because last term you served a lot, especially with that term transitioning in like the online classes thing, you guys did so
Yeah.
much. And
So
did you actually feel burnt out from that?
yeah, to be honest, I felt burnt out sometimes because I'm not a perfect person. I
Uh-oh.
have limits as well. Making sure that everybody is okay, aside from my own well-being, is really, really was really, really taxing. So, I reached that point wherein I know na I need to prioritize myself naman. But then happy naman with the current happenings in the USG, for example,
Mhm.
because the programs they have right now, the initiatives, yun din yung na-envision ko for the university. So I'm grateful for those people in the position naman now. I actually do not have any regrets.
Okay, okay. So I hope I hope what I asked didn't touch any sensitive stuff, and if it did, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, no
So
worries.
have you been stressed lately, you know, or
Mm,
hmm?
of course, stress is still there. Like I said, I also have other responsibilities pa. So right now kasi I am heading DLS Moon. So DLS Moon is the De La Salle Model United Nations. So
Uh-huh.
we really we are really aiming bigger this time. So it's virtual, so it's new, and at the same time, we want to reach even international people. So it's really stressful, but at the same time, it's fulfilling because as time passed by, na-reach namin yung goal namin to go beyond what is expected in a model UN. So yeah, stress is still there, but manageable because in USG, you're on call eh. Like,
Mm.
even um, at 12 a.m. or later than 12 a.m., may mga nagme-message pa sa'yo. But with my current situation, wala naman na. So, the stress is bearable compared before.
So okay, pardon me because I don't really know what DLSU MUN is all about. So for like the average person, could you explain what what do you
Okay.
do basically?
So basically, DLS Mon is initially it's for those who have interest in diplomacy,
Mhm.
the international platform, yung mga wants to become an ambassador in the future. So yun yung initial target audience ng DLS Mon. But then um personally, ako, na-realize ko na DLS Moon or Model United Nations in general also is a good platform for students to know a lot about global issues. Like, for example, if you guys know the Myanmar crisis, well,
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
current COVID-19 pandemic, which is a global issue, it's not isolated here in the Philippines. So, if you want to know more about it and how different countries give solution or address these kinds of issues, model automations is a good platform for you to practice or to basically simulate how being a delegate of a certain country feels like. So,
Mhm.
for example, I'm a delegate in DLS Moon. I could choose a country that I think I could understand and relate more. Like, for example, Thailand. I chose Thailand. Tapos, there are a list of committees and topics there that could pick my interest. Like for example, one committee is the United Nations Security Council. So it's based on the committees and agencies talaga in United Nations. Tapos, in that committee, there are certain topics that the delegates could talk about. For
Mhm.
example, the
Yeah.
Myanmar crisis. So there, in that simulation of the UN meetings, we will talk about the issue and what are the stances and opinions of the countries. And then our goal is to work with each other and then um figure out a good solution for that certain problem. And then ayun, at the end of the day, the pinaka goal naman talaga is to educate each and everyone, and then at the same time make sure that there's always call to action. It's not only about educating, making others aware, but also making sure that they really do something, make a step from
Mhm.
that certain issue. So, medyo mabigat. I don't know if nabigat na yung mga nakikinig, but yeah, very mabigat siya. But
Uh-huh.
it's a really good experience talaga. If you want to become more, if you want to become more aware or to become more socially aware, basically, about everything that's happening to you because you feel like you're a diplomat already, like the ambassador to a certain country, ganyan. So it's really nice. It's a good experience. So if you guys could see some Model UN applications, I really encourage you guys to join.
Okay, so there you have it. If you guys have passion to become an ambassador or a dictator, sorry, not dictator, a diplomat,
Yeah,
a
that's it.
diplomat, and you want to be more aware of the social issues globally and some isolated issues like the Myanmar crisis right now. I actually saw a video about that, and yeah, so please join Audrey and their group in the LSUMUN. So yeah, okay, so let's spice things up. Okay, so Audrey, I have a question that is out of leadership or being a student. And can you hear that noise in the background? By the way,
I don't hear naman anything.
okay, thank Lord. Okay, so okay, getting back, what was I saying? Okay, so outside of the shell of Audrey, not Audrey's shell, but outside of this super responsible student or the Audrey's. Oh, okay.
What
You
I'm
know, let's let's spice things up. Okay, I am so sorry. I'm getting distracted by the noise. So I have a few questions for you. Have you ever? Because I saw in your profile picture, you said after my BG stint that you'll become a model. So do you want to become a model? Do you have like dreams of becoming a model, a superstar, or like someone maybe like Ariana Grande or someone like
oh,
Katrina Bernardo? Katrina Bernardo.
sino
Yeah.
yun? Well, well, common dream it's a common dream among people. So yeah, I can't deny naman the fact na there's a part of me na wants to be in that in this industry, like becoming model. But kasi my height does not reach the qualifications. So, it's okay. But yeah, malay natin, di ba? So, I'm actually open naman to different opportunities out there as long as it's a good platform or way for me to grow. Okay lang. As in, basta I'll be happy about it. Go lang. So, yeah, I could be a model. I could be a singer. Or I could be like Catherine Bernardo. Oh, speak of Catherine Bernardo, I don't know but may mga iba nagsasabi sa akin na kaboses ko daw si Catherine Bernardo.
Ooh. Alright.
Tinanggap ko naman, no?
Like we all have our moments of not feeling good enough, and I want to hear like one or two of your moments that you were really down in the dumps.
Oh,
Like when was the moment?
ano ba? Well, yeah, sabi ko naman kanina, I'm not a perfect person. So, yeah, I experience a lot of downs naman na in life. Siguro one of those, when actually, okay, it's kind of connected din sa leadership. So
Mm.
way back senior high school, in DLSU as well, I actually ran for student council president. Parang, coming from the province, knowing no one sa school because I'm the sole person from my old school who transferred in DLSU. As in,
Mhm.
wala, I just risked everything na parang, okay, bahala na. Basta I know na running is something I could do as a first step to help my fellow schoolmates. So sabi ko, sige, I run ganyan, as the student council president. But then, during that time, I'm not the pinaka-famous na person. I'm not very sociable because, yeah, I was shy kasi yun nga, I don't know anyone aside from my blockmates during that time. But then, I pushed through. Tapos, the results came out and I lost. Of course, it was really a
Oh.
devastating moment sa akin. But then, I kind of anticipated it naman na. Kasi yun nga, I do not know anyone. Well, I do not know a lot from the senior high school in DLSU. I know only a few. I really felt down. Para bang I realized na okay, baka I kept on doing a lot of things. Parang I kept on going beyond my comfort zone. Pero yung pala, it's not really for me. So parang pinahihirapan ko lang yung sarili ko. So yun yung mga thoughts ko during that time. Parang I do not know my purpose anymore. Umabot ako sa ganung point kasi ano ba 'to, ACADS na lang ba ako? Yun na lang ba yung kailangan kong gawin
Mm.
in my life? So yeah, I really felt down during that time to the point na I don't want to join any organizations anymore. I don't want to excel. Parang as in I want to become a student na lang and just hide from anyone. Pero what I really love about that experience is that it opened other opportunities sa akin na serving others is not only about being a student council president. I could serve others by volunteering for an NGO. I could serve others by serving the Lord, for example, because I was active during that time in a religious organization called Meet for Christ. So yeah, I was really grateful for them during that time. So yeah, that's one of the my experiences where I really felt super down because yeah, not all good things in life is reserved for me. Yun yung na-realize ko that time.
Mm. I actually okay. So, 'di ba you were down? How did you actually 'di ba you failed at the start basically. You know, you didn't get voted to become that leader. But why did you run again? Like I'm pretty sure you ran after that cuz we wouldn't be having this conversation if you didn't run, right? So, why did you
Yeah, yeah.
run?
Um, yun nga, kasi when I lost, I was active in Youth for Christ. So, I know it's not the same for other people who are currently watching or listening this, but I saw my purpose in that organization, that
Mm.
religious organization. Parang it helped me realize my other potentials. Like I said, I could do volunteering. I could become ahead of ahead of something that would help other kinds of people, not my batchmates or schoolmates. But then there's something in me that kept on parang pushing me to try again. I think yung Youth for Christ also helped me have that realization na parang baka it's not my time lang. Na okay na parang it's okay to always exert so much or to always go beyond. Kasi it's a way for me to learn stuff in life. But then that doesn't mean na I should give up na agad. So when college came, so syempre there are a lot of organizations na. So I exposed myself there. But then upon seeing the situations of our batch, because we're the guinea pig batch, diba? Parang
Mm.
experimental batch tayo.
Yeah,
I have
actually.
this I have this parang characteristic or personality talaga when I see something wrong, flawed, or I
Mhm.
see a problem, parang it's a sin for me not to do something. So during that time, like for example, for our batch, there are a lot of things introduced to us, like the minors, ganyan, which a lot of people do not know how to go by it. So parang ako, okay, I know I could do something here. I could help here. So why not do it? And then until other people started asking me na, hey, Odds, why not try to run again? Kasi you have this parang innate personality in you. Parang natural na daw sa akin to serve other people without expecting something in return, and it's a good quality daw of a leader, especially during the time we're in. Um being part of a USG actually is not something that is uh well, how can I face it? basta being part of the USG kasi, though it has some pros, like you get to be known by a lot of people, mas 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 madami yung risks that you need to do for others. So parang if you're gonna balance both sides,
Mm.
parang lugi ka. But then they saw me as someone kasi doesn't care about all the risks, even though it would be taxing for myself. Well, during that time. So they really pushed me. And then sabi ko, baka ito na yung right time that the Lord wants for me. So okay, sige, let's try again. And then if I lost, edi maybe that's it. That's the end. And then fortunately I got it. And I
Yes, you
think
did.
parang parang ano siya, para bang may nagsalita sa akin na okay, odds, after all the experiences you had, after all the losses, this is it. This is the right time for you to help others because this is the right time where a lot of people need you the most. Parang gano'n na, okay. Pagka-realize ko na, okay, sige, let's get this. Game on. Let's help others. Yun na. Tapos, here we are.
So okay. Well, I like your story because I don't know. I never knew that. Well, this was your like origin story of becoming a leader. Basically, it's like an origin story. And wala lang, because I'm not the type to like, how do you say this? I'm not the
Ask.
type who'd agree to something na okay, I might not have time for myself all the time. Like someone asked me to join if I was in your position and someone asked me to join the USG or like leadership position, that basically will lessen my time for myself. It will not only make my life harder, but it will somehow make my life harder because I won't be able to get used to it. I'd probably say no if I were in your position. Like no matter how good of a leader I am, because number one, I'll always think to myself na okay, first do I have time to work out? So if I don't have time to work out, no, I will not accept it. Basically like that. And
Gets naman.
I don't know, like you're such a great person, you know. I'm so
Maybe
proud.
people are have different priorities lang talaga. But
Yeah.
it's not a big problem naman if you prioritize yourself or if I prioritize others. It doesn't
Mm,
really matter as long as you know where what you really want to happen, because that's more important. If you do not know what you want, that's I think is the main problem.
mm. Okay. I understand. Okay. So what actually wakes, you know, what what wakes you up and motivates you to, get this bread or to, to actually do something. Actually, you know what actually makes me so so like I wonder so much. Like every time like in my messenger I'd see you're messaging another group chat and then another time you message another group chat kahit late na and then message like every single day I see Audrey messaging another group chat and all that. I'm like, holy shit, you're doing so much stuff. Like how do you actually wake up in the morning and be like, okay, I'll do this? Because it's hard, you know?
First of all, syempre, messaging Jesus would assure you a chatmate. Charot.
Yes.
Pero, well, kidding aside, kasi, well, what makes me, what's the question ulit?
I actually don't know myself, joke lang. Pero
What wakes me up every day?
what wakes you up with that sense of urgency na you have to do your responsibilities? How do you motivate yourself, basically, how do you motivate yourself there? I put it better.
Ayan, okay. I think it's all about knowing how many people rely on me. Like, for example, not being able to inform them about something, I know that the consequence would be really bad. So parang yun na lang, inisip ko na lang yung possible repercussions of me not doing anything. and it would affect not only me but a lot of people. So the least thing I could do is just do my responsibility, and it will do a ripple effect talaga to a lot of people. So I think that's the main parang driving force that I have in order for me to continue what I'm doing every time I wake up in the morning.
All right. All right. So, okay. I actually was supposed to ask you about all this leadership stuff later on. Pero now since we're on the topic, isusulit ko na yung, this, what do you call it? The snowball effect, kind of. Okay. So,
Okay.
like, what, as a leader, what makes a good team? Like, kunwari, you're trying to get people, or what makes a good team, or how do you make a good team? Like, yun.
Siguro yung pinaka first factor, or maybe the first thing that you need to take into consideration is your capability to lead them. Especially if ikaw talaga yung mag-lead dun sa team na yun. Because if you cannot lead them, edi kawawa yung buong team. So that's the first one. Second is making sure that as a leader, you could unleash the leader in them. So
Mm.
parang because at the end, ako kasi personally, I don't see my teammates or my org mates as my followers. I see them as leaders as
Uh-uh.
well. Parang I always give them the autonomy to decide on their own, to know that they whatever they say has an effect sa magiging decision ng isang team or ng isang organization. So basically, I want them to feel that they have the power as well. And if you give that power to them, or the idea of them having a power, parang they feel as if you trust them as well. So given those two, being a leader for them and making sure that you build the leaders in them also, it really makes a good team. And it will follow, everything else will follow through, no? Like them become more responsible, being disciplined as well, wherein you don't need to tell them to do this and do that because they know already what to do. So I think that's a
Mhm.
good that's a good structure, and um it's a good thinking that a team should have. You do not have one leader because all of you are leaders already. Yeah,
Have you ever gotten mad at anyone? Like, like, have you like,
yeah, I do naman.
something like that?
I
Have you?
actually, but it said the problem in me is that if I get angry, it's all on me. Like, okay, kunyari, for example, nainis ako sa'yo, V. Sabihin
Okay.
ko lang yun, "Ah, si V hindi naman gagawa ng task niya, kailangan pang sabihan, ganyan-ganyan, dami nang naapektuhan." Most of them, yung galit na part, sa akin lang. But then, yung way for me to unleash them is through making sure that those people around you help you to improve, or help you know
Mm.
what are the things you need to improve on. Or sometimes I do it myself. So parang nire-restructure ko, or yeah, basically nire-restructure ko yung anger sa akin into something that is good to hear by that
Mm.
person who I'm angry at. Kasi I think unleashing your anger to someone directly would just make things worse. So just make use of that anger as a way for you to help them improve more. Yun, yung gano'n na lang yung ginagawa ko. Tsaka kasi, parang di bagay na magalit sa akin. Parang tatawanan lang ata ako ng mga tao. Si Audrey nagagalit, para siyang, poodle. Tall ng tall, pero di naman nakakatakot.
Well, I mean, I've never seen you mad, but I I won't laugh. I might, but probably not.
Yeah. Let's see kapag tawanan mo.
Do you have any role models, or do you have someone that you look up to, that inspires you to do the things you have to do?
First of all, of course, my mom. Because yung mom ko talaga ever since, she's been the one doing a lot of things for the family. She's the one
Mm.
doing majority of the work. Actually, it's because of her why we're able to enter a school like DLSU. My siblings and I, well, yung sibling ko nasa kabilang school sa Benilde.
Kala ko
But
kabilang
yeah,
kwarto lang.
yeah, but yun, my mom talaga. Kasi yung hard work talaga that she's been exhibiting ever since. I think doon ako mas na-inspire na parang I should not settle for less. Always make
Mm.
sure that I go beyond. And going beyond meaning you could help a lot of people, not just yourself, not just the immediate people around you, but you could help so many people. So my mom is the one. It's the first one. And then the second person naman that I look up to is AOC. Do you know AOC? Alex
AOC?
AOC. She's a congresswoman in the States. Wait, check mo nga. Baka mali pa yung nasabi. So she's a government official in States. Si Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So she's a representative, yeah, in the Congress in states. So basically, she's not 100% American,
Mhm.
and she's a girl. You know naman there are stereotypes and prejudices
Yeah.
in the states, but she was able to get through it by speaking up, by making sure na she will not be silenced by this belittling words, that she could stand up on her own and not only represent herself but also the people who trust her talaga. So parang imagine, she's someone na hindi part of the majority, but
Mhm.
she still makes sure that she can go beyond these challenges. And ang galing lang talaga, guys. Search her, AOC, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. She's really a big, big inspiration. Actually, she's one of my inspiration why I took the opportunity to run for batch president, because even though I fall down a couple of times, if I know naman na running would be really helpful for a lot of people, why not push for it, diba? So yeah, AOC is one of my idols in life.
Okay, so I think you're similar to AOC in the sense that she's also a woman in a leadership position while you're in a woman in a leadership position. And with that and with all the gender equality advocacies that we're all exposed to, I just want you to say something well, to women right now who are having a hard, or how do I say this? It's so hard to word it, but I just want you to say a word because you're also a woman who has, achieved a lot of stuff in terms of leadership. You led the whole batch. You also are in a lot of leadership positions, especially in DLSU MUN, and you also have your own business, which I'm gonna ask about that later. But
Okay.
I just want you to say something that could, you know, keep the fire in in women who has been having a hard time because of basically men. Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, gender is not a basis for some, or gender should never be a basis or a qualification for someone to have the chance to run for a certain position, to take a leadership position, because at the end of the day, we all could do something to the world. Even though you're a man, even though you're a woman, even though you identify yourself as a lesbian, gay, bisexual, pansexual, transgender, whatever, we all have the capability to help others. It's a matter of trusting yourself and opening your eyes and and yourself to different perspectives and different experiences of others, I think it's a good it's it's enough for you to say that you could be a leader. Specifically for women, we know naman na they've been subject to discrimination ever since. Like how much our ancestors na girls would push for equality when it comes to voting. They don't have the right to vote before, right? But then this power to make sure that they have the same opportunities with the men is a uh good inspiration for us as well in the current generation to push as well, to make sure na yung efforts nila before won't go to waste, but in return we make sure to continue the fight for equality among genders, because being a woman doesn't mean you're weaker. Being a woman doesn't mean you're less of a person, because being a woman makes you someone who is strong, someone who makes sure to go over than what is expected of you. Being a woman is uh well, actually, it's a privilege as well, because you could bear a child on your own. Well, you need the or someone. But segue lang. I read an article that you could have a baby through the bone marrow of another woman. Anyway, disregard. Yun nga, parang you have a lot of opportunities here in the world to prove to others that you can. Let's not waste those opportunities, because yes, we can, and we should not stop doing everything to show to others that we could make a difference to everyone.
Amen.
And I
But
think
yeah, yeah, I just wanted to I just wanted you to say something because I know a lot of strong women and you know they deserve to hear this, you know. So yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So aside from your leadership, okay, we're already done talking about your leadership experiences and now this is the time where I want to ask how many shots of tequila can you take? Or how much can you drink actually? Like
Oh
alcohol
my God.
wise.
To my family watching this, I'm so sorry. Kasi di nila alam na umiinom ako ng tequila.
I oh my god. You don't need to are they gonna no, you don't
Sige,
need
joke lang.
to
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay.
oh it's
It's
okay.
it's a good experience naman. Okay, I
So
remember one time, I don't know na tequila pala yun. Akala ko una Sprite siya na may Sprite na may onting I forgot kung ano yung akala kong drink siya. Basta I thought na it's light lang. So I drank it. Well, not only one, I think around three. Pero yun pala, it's full tequila.
oh my god. That
Kaya,
oh shit.
kaya siguro hindi agad umepekto yung tequila, because I drank already beforehand. So
Mm.
parang I'm already tipsy. So drinking three tequilas, like three shots of tequilas is okay lang sa akin. Because I remember after that, it's like hindi ko na-remember na nawalan na pala ako ng malay. Nagising na lang ako, sabi nila, "Uy, Audrey,
Oh.
sumuka ka sa may ano, somewhere." Sabi ko, "Hala, talaga?" Nagkalat daw ako ganun, gano'n. So yun, buti na lang yung mga kasama ko nun, they really helped me daw during that
When was
time.
this?
Kailan ba yun? It was, I think it was a Halloween party ata. Tama ba yun? Yeah, Halloween party ng ano, ng
Tapat?
tapat.
Oh my god.
Halloween party ng tapat. Kasi ang purpose ko usually sa mga party na ganyan is if merong time to perform, I perform, like do singing, ganyan,
Perform.
or I entertain kasi host nga, 'di ba? then, syempre, tapos na yung tapos na yung main parts of the event, like the program, ganyan na, so socializing na lang. So, we as parang having this mom vibes, para make sure everyone is okay, they're enjoying the party, ganun, ganon. Tapos, so yun, every time I go to different people, I just drink mga onte. And then, basta, there was this moment lang talaga na I thought it's a mixture of Sprite and another drink na nagkaroon pa ako sobrang confidence. I drank it pa. It's pala tequila. Oh my God. So yun, I died.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now you know Audrey's also a bad bitch. Okay. Anyways, uh I also since you actually I asked you no that what were your expectations of this podcast, and then you sent me like a lot of things that we could possibly talk about. And one thing that really stood out, not really stood out, but I was like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "Oh shit, what?" Was actually the topic of love, like how you said you were loveless. So do you have anyone special right now? No?
No, not available. Not
You not
looking,
really?
not interested.
Why?
Hindi
Why?
ba? Ewan ko, parang I don't see myself with someone, at least for now.
Mhm.
Okay, parang I get kilig sa mga romantic movies, ganyan. Yung
Mhm.
having someone
Mhm.
who could comfort you every time you're down or if you're stressed. I appreciate that. But imagining myself in that position, nakikringe ako. Nakikringe
Oh,
talaga ako.
really?
Yeah, I don't know nga. Ano ba meron sa akin? Baka naman, I need some advice. Just, pero yeah, I don't see myself yet. But I I am expecting naman soon, for sure, na I'll get someone who would love me the way that I will
Mm.
love them. And I think also one of the reason why parang I'm not yet looking for love life is because I know they're not my priority yet. So
Mm.
if I push myself in that kind of relationship, I know I won't be able to give my 100%. So kawawa sila, 'di ba? So
Actually, actually, it it happened recently, but like someone I was going for, also gave me that sort of reason as to why they
oh,
they
really?
they they sort of reject. No, it's okay. Like I respect that, you know. And yeah, like I think a lot of not only women, but a lot of people are like not opting out of relationships too. And you know, it's okay. I think I'm not that type of person though. Or maybe I am. I don't know. I'm still I'm still doing the stuff. So with this, I actually prepared a segment. Um
Oh,
do you know Freedom Wall? You know Freedom Wall of DLSU, right?
yeah.
So sometimes they post like some random questions, or sometimes they post even questions about relationship and love. So with this, this is the opening of Audrey and V's love counseling.
Wow, may counseling pa. I love that. Okay, game.
All right. So going back to Audrey and V's love counseling, I will send you the screenshot of three parang DLSC Freedom Wall posts I found, and yeah, hang on, let me just send it real
Oh.
quick. Because you know, do you know what they say about being a dating coach? You didn't, or coaches and dating coach. You don't really have to be in the game to be a good dating coach. So
Yeah,
we got you,
that's true.
right?
That's true. Don't need the experience, actually. I just learned that from one of my psych professors.
Oh yeah, you are a psychology major, right?
Yeah. Parang kasi she asked us if nagkaroon na ba ng love life daw yung iba. So I remember I answered that once. I said na parang I don't have yet ever since. So sabi niya, hindi naman daw requirement to have the experience to for you to share love life advice. So yun, Just something to share. Very geeky lang.
So we're gonna mix psychology and love life, basically. Okay. So the first one would be this from hashtag DLSU Freedom Wall 46366. I broke up with my ex to chase this girl, and now that I'm with this girl, I miss my ex. What the fuck is wrong with me? So what can you say? There's definitely something wrong with him. Fucking bitch. Okay. Do you have anything to say?
My advice is do not make loco different girls. If you have problems loving someone or making sure yourself is loved, then I think the best way for it to do is love yourself first.
That's true. That's true. Is that what a psychology major would say though?
Oh, well, pwede na rin. Love yourself first.
Love yourself first. Well, for me lang, I don't know, there's something wrong with this dude, but it's okay. I can relate also. You know, because I mean, it's hard because you don't know what you want, especially at a young age. You know, that's why we get into this like dating,
Discovery
parang
stage.
a dating stage where you date a lot of people, possibly a lot of people. So yeah, I mean, just
Pwede
make sure
rin.
of what you want. Okay, so next one. Um, hashtag DLSU Freedom Wall 46059. My friend and I have this inside joke where we keep acting like magjowa, calling each other babe and shit like that. But it's really nothing. It was all good until suddenly I saw myself getting all giddy and gross whenever she messages. We've been good friends for 6 years and I'm literally going insane. So what should I do? So basically like they're in they were in sort of they were acting magjowa as friends for 6 years, but then suddenly, I think that person kinda like that friend. So what should he
What's
do, Audrey?
giddy and gross? What does he or
Giddy
he?
giddy and gross, like parang nakikilig siya or something.
Ah,
Sabi, yeah.
sorry, wala sa love language ko. I don't know that one. Um, ano ba? If
Ano ba?
if 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 love niya naman yung friend niya, why not, 'di ba? Well, for me, if love niya naman and sa tingin niya naman na it would work out, then why not? But if he thinks na parang it's just because of the situation na he is in, and yeah, I think maintain the friendships, kasi if the friendship, because baka masira siya in the long run. I don't
For
know.
me, like, okay. I mean, for me, I think just go for it. I mean, I'm like the type of person. My crushes know this, but I'm the type of person that if I do like you, I'll tell you kagad. And yeah,
Hindi ka torpe.
I mean,
Guys,
if
follow V.
no, parang more of I think to myself like if I die tomorrow, I definitely want this to be said. So
No,
if
no
ever I'm gonna die
regrets.
tomorrow, no regrets.
No
So,
regrets.
guy, if you have a regret, you might regret not telling that friend because you've been friends for 6 years. So go for it, baby. Yun lang.
True naman.
Okay, this
I
is
agree.
this is last. This is the last one. And hashtag DLSU Freedom Wall 46121. I hate the fact that my girlfriend has slept with more than 30 guys. I'm not exaggerating because she confessed to having a wild slut face. What a bitch. No, not the girl, this dude that's talking. I mean, so what if you have a wild slut face? Okay, never mind. Am I wrong for feeling bad about this? Yeah, you're wrong. Okay. Meanwhile, my body count is one other than her. I want to break up with her now because I can't get the image of her fooling around with strangers out of my head. So
Oh,
what's your take on this, Audrey?
guy,
Like
why? I mean, if you love that person so much, and if tapos naman na yung wild slut face niya, di accept her for who she is. Diba?
amen.
I mean, the fact that she chose you now means he's already in that stage or moment in her life that she wants to focus on one. So I think there's nothing that he needs to worry about anymore. unless that wild slot phase is still ongoing because the guy is the one kawawa naman. Yeah.
That's
Medyo
right.
kulang yung info, medyo kulang info.
Yeah, kulang yung info eh. But I mean, if we're just basing it on this, I think the guy, well, if and only if the girl is out of that wild phase, like you don't really have to worry. But I get how, like, having a partner with an outstanding body count can get you can get you insecure.
Baka insecure lang din siya.
Yeah. So you just gotta accept your insecurity and just love her or something. I don't know.
Baka yung guy yung may problem pala, 'di ba?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
You know, or maybe, that's just his excuse because he wants to have his own wild slut phase. So if you want to have your own wild slut phase, you better break up before doing anything stupid. I mean,
yeah, wag mo lang pagsabayin, okay? Para walang kawawa.
so
Eh,
have you dated anyone, Audrey, or nah? No, zero. That's okay.
yeah, NBSB, no,
NBSB.
kahit mga dating stage,
Nah,
wala
nah, nah.
talaga. I'm so sorry, especially those people who tried.
Have you had anyone who liked you though? Tons of
Yeah.
guys, I presume.
Yeah, there are people naman who express their
Express.
affection.
Hmm.
But
And then how do you turn them down?
I'm so sorry talaga. But I will, lagi kong reason is I have other priorities right now, and they're not one of them. I don't know if it's a typical excuse, but it's true for myself. I don't want to hurt them by not being able to give the attention that they deserve. So, huwag na lang now unless they are very persevering and okay. Well, still, kawawa sila eh.
Still. Yeah.
So yeah,
Actually,
yun.
I thought nga din, like, if I was only persistent, like, about me liking the person, then all would be good. Pero I don't think persistence is the answer to, like, getting that girl, because maybe it's just not really the right time. So,
Yeah.
you know. Okay. Okay, okay, let's I'm feeling sad na tuloy. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Now, I have another segment for you. So we're back. I'm so sorry. Cause are you panganay?
No, middle. You're the panganay?
I'm the panganay, and I have a lot of
Oh.
little siblings. It's
I see,
hard,
I
but it's
see.
also cute. Okay, so you have
Sweet.
20 seconds to answer some of the world's deepest questions. You have to
Oh.
answer them in
So,
20
like with
seconds.
explanation and
Mm,
all.
I don't know. It's up to you. Basta, just answer it in 20 seconds. I'll time it here.
Okay.
Hang
Gotcha,
on.
gotcha.
Okay. So, first question. Who would you miss the most right now? And what would you say to them? Starting.
My mom, I would tell her to stop working na. But I mean,
Mm.
in a good way
Oh,
because she's been away ever since I was a kid. So I want her to rest already and not worry about financial stuff anymore. Yeah.
okay. That's 20 seconds. Next question. What is a miracle that happens every day?
Being able to wake up in the morning, that's a miracle for me.
Okay. I actually kind of. that's my answer too.
Oh,
Okay. Next question. What is your go-to song whenever someone asks you to sing, and why?
She Used to Be Mine by Sarah Bareilles. Bareilles. Well, it's a sad song, but then it shows how powerful a woman is. Like she doesn't care about anyone as long as she wants to do what she's doing. She used to
Amen.
be. Tama ba yung explanation ko sa song? I hope so. But yeah, I love that song.
Okay, that's 20 seconds. Let's go for the next. What is the purpose of life?
the purpose of life is to be able, for me, to be able to help others and be at the same footing with everyone else.
Okay, amen. All right, next question. What is one thing that you are insecure about?
My body shape and weight
The
and
height?
height,
Height.
all of the physical aspect. Yeah.
Okay, okay. But I mean, for me, you're really pretty. Okay. So next question. If you died today, what would be your greatest regret?
Not having a life to live, love life, not having a love life. Okay, this is the
Oh,
first time
okay.
I am publicly say it.
Okay, not having a love life. I mean, it's pretty sad not having a love life. Okay, next question. If you ever wanted to receive an award, what award would it be and who would you thank the most?
Siguro the award is the most selfless person, and the person I want to thank is, of course, my mom first, because she's my inspiration of being generous to a lot of people. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, next. What was or is your childhood dream?
Oh, interesting. I used to dream to become a doctor, as in legit, ever since I was a
A
kid. But
doctor?
then yeah, but then it changed nung mga high school na. Parang I realized na, oh my God, it will took me so many years. So it will take me so many years. So I decided to go to law school. Well, it's long, but it's
Okay,
short.
20 seconds up. Last one, last one. What would you say to yourself during hard moments?
I always say to myself that there is a good reason behind it, that maybe it's not at the time to be happy or to become successful. There is a right moment that's destined for you, Audrey. So you just need to wait.
Okay. And we're done with that segment. And honestly, I think we're pretty much, I've talked about bon appetit. Okay. So Audrey, my sponsor for this podcast. Do you have anything to say as
Oh,
a bon appetit owner?
okay. So, during this quarantine, my siblings and I, well, actually, my whole family decided to come up with a food business because, well, apparently all of us could cook, especially my younger brother who is currently taking up culinary. So anyway, so we have a lot of different food, different pastries available that you could try. So try it out soon. We're currently not operational, but yeah, just look or wait sa social media pages namin, and we'll announce stuff soon. And make sure to buy.
I will buy. Okay, I
Yeah.
promise. I promise I'll buy. And okay, so I think we're reaching the end of the podcast. I just want to ask, what are your future plans? What are your future plans with yourself? And yeah,
Siguro, I think I'm one of those people who was were able to set up the future already. Like I know after undergrad, I'll take boards hopefully for psychometrician, and then take up law, and then take the bar, and then take up masters for law or masters for psych. So basically that's my parang 15-year plan. But I know there's the possibility that it would change. But yeah, I hopefully in a few years time I will be a lawyer already. Huh? Lawyer
yay!
and a psychologist, and who knows? would be able to have my my business, a very established business na talaga. Like we have our own store, and yeah, yun, very simple, usual dreams, but I know through it I will be able to help a lot of people so much.
Okay. So last one, do you have anything to say to the people watching? Do you have any word of advice or yeah, do you have anything you want to say?
Okay, so hello everybody. So first of all, thank you so much for watching or for listening to this podcast. I hope you guys learned a lot about being confident about yourself, taking the initiative, taking the like doing a leap of faith. But then my pinaka-advice to all of you is to always trust in yourself, especially during times na you have doubts or times that you fail, because at the end of the day, we need to make sure that those failures would turn into learning experience, and through it you would grow to become a better person.
All right. So my final words are actually I've been wanting to say this. Thank you so much for the support for this podcast. The recent ad or the recent like episode or the highlight episode got a lot of attention, and so sobra ako nakilig and all that.
You
Uh,
deserve you deserve
thank
the
you.
love.
I got so I know I got so touched that a lot of people are willing to support me in this. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And lastly, thank you so much to Miss Audrey Garin. She
My
is
pleasure.
definitely the kindest bitch. Okay, she's not a bad bitch. She's a good bitch. And thank you so much for sharing your experience in this podcast. And I know I'm kind of magulo with my outline. Okay, I'm so sorry. Like it's
No worries, no
I'm so
worries.
sorry. But yeah, I'll continue to get better and better, and hopefully after a few months, you have something new you want to share, or there's a specific topic that where I want you and me to talk about, or with some other guests that you'd be able to come here and join us. So yes, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I hope you guys have a good day. And yeah, and always trust in yourself, because who else will trust in you but you? So,
Agree.
scene. Thank you, guys.